Kendrick and J. Cole got into it, and J. Cole said, I don't want to do this no more. How did you feel about that?
Well, I was of two minds. My hip-hop mind was like, we don't do that. We don't back out. Get in there. Get your scruffle on. Let's go. My hip-hop head was like, yo, this is unbecoming of you, J. Cole. You should not do this. But then my more rational mind was more like, nah, I get it. This is unprecedented. I've never seen somebody deliver a diss record and then retract it and apologize. I've never seen it in the history of hip hop. Never seen it done. And in hindsight, I actually see it as a smart move for doing so, because he pulled himself out of the mess that ensued over last weekend. So
right.
I think that was a smart move.
Cool.
But let me say this to the youngsters. White folk love their music. Have you guys heard of the Rolling Stones? The Rolling Stones are about 1,000 years old, each one of them. About 1,500 years old apiece. And they're still on tour. White folk going to see the Rolling Stones.
In stadiums.
What happens with us, because hip-hop is such a youth-driven, genre, we stay with the soundtrack of our maturation, of us growing up. Like, I listened to this.
Words, but come on, man. Slow it down.
I listened to this during this age, from this age to this age.
Right, okay.
We stay in a generation. We're like generational listeners.
It's because hip-hop is like, it's still a new thing. I still see it as a new thing.
It's true. What is it about?
51?
51?
51 this year.
73. They say it was created in 73. Many other MCs, old school MCs, will disagree and say it goes back even further. But the official date is August, 8th or 73?
August 8th, 73.
So, yeah. So you're right, 51 years old, but you guys should definitely go back from the beginning and really listen all the way up and see how MCs started to change and evolve and grow. Because, like I said, contrary to what my man Raphael said, a lot of these MCs are like a lot of these, I'm talking about today's MCs, they're like today's basketball player. More athletic, bigger, stronger. Like when you listen to Lil Wayne or you listen to these guys, their wordplay is insane. It's crazy. It makes what Run DMC was doing look like cave paintings.
Hieroglyphics.
It looked like, not hieroglyphics, I mean before they could write, like cave paintings. Like, you guys really are talented, but I think what our generation is wanting from you is to address questions like this: religious beliefs, education, right? Parental relationships. Like, we had records, Be a Father to Your Child, Ed O.G. and the Bulldogs, right? When that came out, it was so impactful because we was like, damn, this dude is basically saying if you get a girl pregnant, you got to be accountable and responsible as a man. Hip-hop used to be a tool to convey really heavy, deep, and meaningful messages that a conversation like this right here probably couldn't convey. You see? To be able to put on your headphones and listen to Ed O.G. and the Bulldogs talk about that. Or the first time I ever heard Minister Farrakhan was on a Public Enemy record. It was I was like, who is this dude? You dope dealer, using your fame as a DJ to sell drugs? I said, who is that? I had to go find out. So your generation is more materialism, commercialism, but you still have artists that I think you should check out that's somewhere in your age bracket. I would say, well, not your age bracket, but in your ethos. Let me give you an example. Lupe Fiasco. You guys know him, right? Lupe Fiasco. Royce Royce the 5'9". Like, these are some really smart MCs that I think you guys can benefit from by getting into their catalog. You remember, catalog is a collection of this artist's ideas. You guys have any more questions?
I'll say this, I think that's a great analysis or connection with hip hop and sports, because I do agree that the play on words is
bananas.
Is exquisite.
It's exquisite. These
And
youngsters, man.
At the same time, how you use your talent is what we're talking about. Because think about basketball. Basketball had lost its way for a minute.
Yep.
Steph Curry came in shooting all these threes, and all of a sudden everybody wants to shoot threes. That's all they taught. If you watch the game right now in the playoffs, the teams that are doing well, these young guns are playing defense. They're going to the hole. They're playing fundamental basketball again, using their superior talents, taking some old school with them, and now they're going deep into the playoffs. And so the same way with hip hop, we want to see how things are matriculated to be even better as far as your wordsmith and your understanding of life, and use it in a way that actually is impactful in a different way. So it's not destructive, but it's constructive to our community, because people are listening, people are following what is being said. And if you're using your talents to be a positive influence, then hopefully that's what you're here for. Not to be, we have enough destruction in our community, we have enough negativity, we have enough, crab in a barrel mentality. We need some positive brothers, some positive sisters who want to come in and use their talent to actually use that wordsmith, use those beats, use all the things that you've learned from the past and gotten better at, and help make things better for those around you, not destructive.
Alonzo?
Yes. I agree. I think you might want to check in a little bit more, J. Cole, and understand, like he said, that the move he made when he put that diss record out and retracted it, that was a grown man move. He knew he was going to catch a lot of flack from that, because he got a lot of hip-hop heads, like Zoe said, that thought that was a punk move. When I saw that, I got a new respect for him, because he realized that this could elevate to another level, and he didn't want to be possibly where Drake is sitting at today trying to figure who shot his bodyguard. I mean, this stuff is this is chess. This is chess, and our checkers, baby. And that's the part folks have to understand. At some point in time, we got to grow up. Hip hop is 50 years old, but it's still acting like it's 12 or 13.
Wow. Chevalier, we're going to end on you. Okay. Who won the battle? What did it mean? What did the battle mean? Who won it?
Okay.
And why?
Okay. My personal opinion, I think that the last Kendrick song was kind of trash. I mean, the beat was good, but, the diss was trash. You only said, one thing. He was a pedophile. I mean, there's no, actual proof that he's, a pedophile. But I got to go with Drake. I think I think the 7-minute song, Family Matters, is just better than anything he's put.
Yeah, I'm going to have to disagree with that.
Yeah, go ahead. Speak on it.
Because
they want to speak on it.
He got called a pedophile in that song, and then in his response to that, he decides to name drop someone that people accuse him of being a pedophile for, which no one mentioned. And secondly, Metro Boomin is also helping with that, because with Drake's diss, he said, go make some drums. And what he decided to do, he didn't decide to start singing on one of his albums. He didn't decide to make another beat. He did, though. But what he did was he released it to everyone, and now he has people out the woodworks across the world, even in other countries, dissing Drake in different languages all over the world.
Wow. I just feel like everybody hates on Drake, because I'll be on Instagram and everybody be calling him zesty. There's gifs of him doing weird stuff. There's Photoshop things. My friend, he showed me some Photoshop things all the time on Drake. But anytime someone brings up Drake, you be nah, he's trash, he's zesty, he's all this, he's that. But I feel like he's done a lot. He has to get respect, because not a lot of people respect him that
successful.
Much. Yeah.
Also paid. Yeah.
Kendrick is worth 90 million, and Drake is 260 million.
And none of us are worth 1 million in
exactly.
here. So